Adam here from the Walser Automotive Group, and what I want to do today is take you on a test drive. So next to me here I have the 2024 Subaru Ascent. So we'll look at the interior, the exterior, and then go for a spin around and see what we think about the all-new Ascent. Okay, so we're behind the wheel of the Subaru Ascent. Now this 24 is the Onyx edition. So what that's going to do is give you some pretty cool features on the outside as well as on the interior. So let's start in here. Now I've already got my phone paired up, and this is going to have wireless Apple CarPlay as well as Android Auto. So that's got my Google Maps, my Spotify. I got it all set up, and that's going to keep me focused on the road ahead rather than messing with my phone. Now there's a little cubby down here where you can put your phone so you don't have to touch it, you don't have to think about it, text messaging, and then there's also going to be voice controls on the steering wheel. So you can click that and control a ton of stuff in the vehicle, which is going to keep you very safe. Now, speaking of safety, this one is going to have quite a few safety features. Things like blind spot monitoring, you've got your backup camera in here, there's collision notification, there also is an adaptive cruise control system. So I can see on my little center display here, I've got 4, 3, 2, 1 car lengths. You can set that, and then there's also a lane departure warning. So if I've got that on and I start to sway out of my lane at all, it will beep and notify me that I'm kind of drifting out of my lane. So you always want to keep it in the green, which is a pretty cool feature. So a few other things inside. Obviously, if you're looking at the Ascent, you're going to want to know about the third row. So this one is going to be a 7-passenger vehicle. So you can put 3 in the back, 2 in the captain's chairs here in this particular one, and then 2 up front. So that second row, they are going to have a USB charger or 2 back there. They're also going to have their own climate control, and those seats are really comfortable. They've got the armrest back there, and it leaves that little center opening so you can access the third row, or those seats to fold, and you can kind of kick them and slide them forward. There's a few different ways. So if you've got a child seat in the second row and you want someone to access the third row, you don't actually have to remove it. It will just slide the seat forward. So that is a nice feature there. Now into the third row, it's a little bit tighter. I'm about 6'1", so I'd be a little cramped back there, but if you've got the little kids or if you're just going on a shorter trip, I think it's more than usable for the third row. Now, if you're not hauling people around, you do have a lot of usability in that you can fold that third row, and that gives you a huge amount of storage space. Now, one of the things that people always say about the Ascent is how many cup holders are in here, but they don't talk about how much storage space you get with that third or second row push forwards. If you got to haul something around, this is a very capable vehicle for doing that. Now, again, how is the ride and drive out on the road? So this one has the 2.4 liter turbocharged engine. That's going to be good for about 24 to 5 miles per gallon on the highway and a little bit less in the city. But this is a symmetrical all-wheel drive system. So what does that mean? That means you have an all-time all-wheel drive. So it's cold. Obviously, I've got my winter hat on today. It's freezing, and I know the snow is about to fall very soon. And the sure-footedness of the Subaru is something that day-to-day is absolutely something you could use. Now, there's also an X mode in here. So that's going to kind of help you out if it's deep snow or lighter snow, or if you're doing any off-roading in the mud. There's a few different ways you can kind of configure that to help you get the best possible bite and traction. Now, from there, I mean, the overall ride and drive is comfortable. I'm just cruising along 30, 40 miles an hour here. I've got my adaptive cruise control on, so I can click that on or off. I'm just cruising. It's quiet, it's comfortable. These seats are going to be heated in the Onyx. If you move up further on the trim levels, there is also a ventilated or air-conditioned seats. But one of the best things they did last year is now the heated seat button, you can hear it. It's right on the center display. So I don't have to go into a menu or there's not another button for it. It's front and center, so you know you can click that on and it's easy to access. So the Onyx trim offers a little bit different of an interior. Now this is the gray and kind of a darker gray or a lighter black sort of a color, and then the lime green stitching, which I really like. Starts in the steering wheel, goes onto the armrest, onto the dash here, into the seats front and rear. It looks cool. I really like the lime green accents. This is the crimson red pearl exterior, and I think it complements it very nicely. Now on the outside, the Onyx does change the trim out there. So you're gonna have the blacked out trim, the blacked out wheels and grille. It gives it kind of more of a menacing, sporty look to it, which I think if I'm looking at an Ascent, this would probably be the trim level I'd move towards because I like the sportiness look on the outside. I think the lime green is killer in here, and it's a comfortable ride and drive. The turbo's got a lot of power, and it's paired to a CVT transmission. So what that kind of means is it's sort of like a constant automatic. There's not a gear shift. So when I merge out into traffic, you simply just put your foot down and you're off and running, and you don't have to think about it. I mean, power delivery, and it's smooth and it's quiet to do that. I think it's a great option that sometimes gets a little bit of flack for being sort of bland or boring. But I think day to day, if you're not thinking about it, that's a great feature. Something you don't have to worry about, just get in and go. Now, this particular one does also offer the panoramic sunroof. So up above, it opens it up, especially with this darker interior. That for the rear passengers definitely makes it more spacious in here, and I think just overall more comfortable. Now, we didn't even touch on my favorite feature in this vehicle, which is the heated steering wheel. So there's a little button down here, you can click that on, and that is a new heated steering wheel. I mean, it is the best feature. If it's something you've never had before, it's something you will never give back up and be in every vehicle you have going forward, is how I feel about it. So there will also be the roof racks up above. So if you want to throw the bikes up there, if you've got the kayak or anything else, this one does come equipped with the crossbars as well. So there's usable space on the outside, there's cool looks on the exterior, all the great equipment in here. I think overall, like I said, if you're looking for a third row SUV, if you have more of the active lifestyle, this vehicle can fit that. If you're just buzzing around town and getting into tight parking spots, this can also do that. There's more equipment you can add, there's some you can take away, so there's a lot to like about the Subaru Ascent. And if you're shopping for a third row SUV, I think you absolutely add it to the list. Come out, take it for a spin, see what you think. So that was just a quick test drive in the 2024 Subaru Ascent. Now, if you'd like more information or to schedule a test drive for yourself, you can visit us online at walser.com or stop by either one of our Subaru locations. Thanks for watching.